Here we go. So now I want to just officially welcome you. My name is Dr. Katja Rusanen, and it is really my intention to create safe and sacred place for you to do this work here and experience the beauty of soul love. And as we have gathered here, we will be together 1 hour. And what I want to do as well is that this is awakening the awareness within you. So we will do an exercise before we dive into the spiritual healing portion. So you can also check in and gain greater awareness. And then we will do healing towards the end of this session. And you might want to have paper and pen handy or something that you can add a note for yourself. So that way you can just gain that awareness because there is something beautiful that happens when we write things down. It becomes somehow more real. So when we are writing things down, it just becomes more real when it's on the black and white on the paper or whatever pen you use. I normally use purple pens. So it is an available thing for us to gain greater awareness because that is truly a key here. And I see some new names here, so let me briefly introduce myself. So as mentioned, I'm Dr. Katja, spiritual counselor and author with a doctorate in spiritual science. And on my own journey, this work with love has been something I have done a lot of work with. And I found my way out from darkness because at the age of 16, I went through a very traumatic life experience as my loved one, my first boyfriend, died by suicide. And that put me into a very dark place, and I felt such a grief, and the pain that I felt was very overwhelming. And I was very challenged then afterwards as well with the whole concept of loving myself because I bought into the belief that it was my fault that I wasn't able to save him. And that guilt that I carried was very, very heavy. So heavy that I almost followed his footsteps. But luckily, there was on the 11th hour an experience of divine grace that helped me to say yes to life and be here today with you and say that finding that love again is possible and expanding the love you already have within you, it's possible. Because Spirit has a good sense of humor. I would have never thought that I one day will have this workshop called Experience Soul Love, because love was the thing I struggled the most. Learning to love myself has been one of the key lessons in my spiritual curriculum. And now I just want to share some of the things that have supported me, as well point out some of the areas where you might have some opportunities for healing and growth. And if you want to listen to my full story, you can go to my YouTube channel. That is Dr. Katja Rusanen. And I share my longer story here, but I know we have a lot here to do. So I just want to dive straight into our work today. The work that I have done with hundreds of coaches, healers, and spiritual seekers. And this is really what I love to do is finding ways for us to really truly fulfill our soul's mission here and clear those blocks from the way so that you can succeed on purpose. So we will begin with the invocation because I always love to ask spiritual assistants to support us here to do this work. So if you are also checking out before we do the invocation, actually, I want to check in where we are here because I can then tailor make this whole thing to serve you. And so, what we're gonna do is I'm launching a poll. So, when you see it, I invite you to vote. And let me just share the options first, and then I share what we're gonna be voting for. And please do play with me here, because that way I can tailor make this session to serve you even better. So if you are already, I want to check in, what is your current relationship with self-love? If you are deeply rooted in self-love and you just want to expand it even more, you would select the deeply rooted. If you are cultivating love, you already appreciate yourself, you're actively practicing self-love, even there are moments doubts, that would be cultivating love. Work in progress would be if you recognize the importance of self-love but struggle with the consistency, work in progress. And seeking connection, this would be if self-love still feels a little bit distant and you're still figuring out how to really truly love yourself. So let me just launch the poll and let's see. Please do vote. You should see the pop-up. So, okay, we have cultivating, we have work in progress. All right. So we are mainly in cultivating and we have some in work in progress. Perfect. That is really good to know. So thank you for voting. So let me just get that out of the way. So now if you're in a safe place, allow yourself to close your eyelids for a moment. And during this, I might use words that might not resonate with you, but replace those words in a way that it works for you. So I'm asking, dear Father, Mother, God, allow us now to step into your light and experience your loving. I'm asking great archangels to support us here and create safe and sacred place for this work that we are about to do. Let us lift our awareness all the way up to the soul realm so that we can see our life from soul's perspective and have access to the wisdom of our soul. And we are calling forward as well the loving, the love that is available for us. Let us be reminded of the light and love that we are. And let us gain clarity of seeing what might be holding us back from truly loving ourselves. And remembering the beautiful connection with our soul, allowing that wisdom to guide us and allowing ourselves know that we are beloved and we are loved. And so it is. Amen. So gently come back and open your eyes in case you close them. And we are just getting started here. So I want to start with this Rumi quote that really resonates with me. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So that's what we will be doing here today, is to find those barriers, find those blocks, and allowing us to then see how we can unbuild them. Because again, awareness is the key. Because if we see what the barrier is, it's easier then to find solutions. It is again easier to see how we are operating in this world and how is the relationship with our self-love operating here. So that's why I invite you to observe yourself. Like as you would be seeing yourself from a little bit higher perspective, you see yourself going through your day to day, and you can just check in where you are. Because when you find that where you are, it gives you the starting point and clarity. And then you can see ways how you can start closing the gap, that you can really tap into that soul love, that you can feel that you are loved and you are loved. So we are checking those barriers, checking those blocks. And here I want to ask you to have compassion with yourself and be also honest with yourself. Because often many of you might have several certifications and you have done some healing practices. You kind of know, but then sometimes one thing is knowing in theory, and other thing is then to experiencing. So also check in where you are, not just what you know, what you should answer, but check in where you are on the journey. Because I want to invite you really to take that look. And we're gonna check three most common areas where people usually get stuck when it comes to self-love. And we are starting with the self-love because that's the direction as well to this soul love. So we are checking in first in these three common areas, and I guide your attention there. But let's make it fun. Let's make this as a game. So as we go through these different areas, I will ask you a bunch of questions. And I want you to think about the answers in the form of traffic lights. So if you feel completely blocked or it feels like, whoa, there is something there holding me back, that would be red. And you can write that in your notes. And then the yellow would be if you feel somewhat blocked, but you also feel some level of love and freedom there, that would be yellow. And then green, if you feel completely in ease and you feel the love, that would be green. So as we go through these three areas, just play this game with me, and you also can communicate through chat if you want, because that's kind of sometimes fun to see. And like being supportive also the community, because what happens when there comes red? Okay, that's where you are. And we can send you light. We can send you loving. So it's just having that opportunity here to create this safe place for us to do this work. So let's get started here. So the first area we're gonna take a look at is mental level. These are the thoughts. We are exploring our thought patterns. So now I will ask you a couple of questions and see where you are. Are you red? Are you yellow or green? The first question is, do you believe you are lovable just as you are? Or do you think you need to change or earn love in some ways? So just check in and see what are you thinking when it comes being lovable. Got it? And then ask yourself, Are you your own biggest supporter, your biggest cheerleader? Or do you have a tendency to be more the critique, like the harshest critique in the world, and you would critique yourself more than you ever would critique anybody else? So just check in where you are there. Green would be you are the biggest supporter, biggest cheerleader ever. And then if it's on the other end, that would be red. And if you're somewhere middle, that would be yellow. And then ask yourself, do you talk to yourself with kindness and encouragement? Or are your thoughts filled with self-doubt and judgments? So where are you more? And then a couple of more. Do you believe love is abundant and available to you, or do you feel love is something scarce or hard to find? And one more, just check in. Do you have limiting beliefs when it comes to love? Like, I'm unlovable or I'm not worthy of love? Just check. Red, yellow, green, where you are. So now, as you went through these questions, just check in where you are. Like, if you would give the medium, like, where you are. Did you have more greens, more yellows, more red? Where you are on the scale. And you can even put it to the chat, like thinking of all this. What is the color for this area when it comes to your thoughts, when it comes to your mental level, where you are with self-love? Yellow, okay. So you can put it to the chat. More yellows, okay, good. Yellows, all right, good. So some, now you know, like, okay, two red, three yellow, okay. So this is again just checking, like that would be more on the yellow zone. There is some areas though to pay attention to. So that can be as well for your awareness, like, okay, this is just an area. These might be questions that I can dig in deeper and find where, how I can support myself more here. So now let's move to the next area where people usually get stuck. And that's the emotional level, the feeling level. So I will again ask a couple of questions here. So let's then go. I will aim to have five. So, like if you have the medium. So let me just think of which one to go first. Okay, let me ask this. Do you allow yourself to fully feel love, or do you keep your heart guarded? So, where are you? And you might say, it depends. So then it would be more yellow. So, so check in. Then the next one is, are there past emotional wounds around love that haven't fully healed yet? So when you think about your past relationships, some of them still like, oh, ouch. That was painful experience. And just check in when you think about love, whether self-love or receiving love from others. Just for a moment, check in what emotions come up for you. And just notice where they are. If they are more on the positive side, that would be green. If there are some tension rising, that would be more on the red side. And then let me ask, do you feel lovable just as you are? Do you feel lovable? And let me ask this one as well. Do you trust love? Or do you feel that somehow you need to protect yourself from it? So, do you trust love and loving? All right. So now check in where you are when it comes to this emotional level. And these are just few questions, but they kind of give the idea and the overview for us. So just check in. Was there more greens or yellows or reds? Okay, 2 red, 3 yellow. Okay, again, just some areas to pay attention. And some was their work in progress. Three yellow, 1 red, 1 green. All right, let's go. 2 reds for sure. That just means they need attention. And the beauty here, and I really love your honesty here, because it just is calling your attention. And maybe you are aware of these things now, because guess what? You are ready to work on them. You are ready to really truly embrace them and just find that deeper peace and loving within. So, okay, let's go. The third area, and that's the physical level. It's exploring those actions or non actions that you do or you don't do. So, let me again ask you 5 questions. So, do your daily actions reflect self love or are they not? Do you put your own needs first or everyone else's? So if you check in your daily actions, do they reflect self-love? So again, green is like absolutely, yellow, somewhat, and red like, yeah, there are some red flags. It's just again awareness. And then let's check in. Are you treating your body, your physical body, with kindness, nourishment, and rest, or do you neglect its needs? So check in. And this is a good one. When you look in the mirror, do you treat yourself with love and appreciation, or with criticism and judgments? Or maybe You don't want to look into the mirror. So just check in. And this is another good one. Do you allow yourself to receive love as much as you give it, or do you struggle to accept care and kindness from others? So, where are you? Maybe this is like receiving a compliment or receiving a gift. How do you feel towards that? And one more. Do you engage in activities that make you feel good and connected to yourself? Or do you put off this type of opportunities that give you joy and happiness? So, what do you do in your day-to-day life? Again, red, you would be putting them off. Yellow, well, sometimes. Green would be absolutely. So again, let's check where we are. Okay, two reds, three yellows. Yellow mostly. Little green. Okay. Yellow, four yellow, one red. Overall massive improvement. Thank you for this. Yeah, it is good to acknowledge yourself and also notice where you are. Mostly yellows, noticing work in progress and keeping moving. Yes, it is really, and that's why the awareness is the key. And observation is another key for us, like checking in. Hey, where am I? And that's what we did now, like just finding those areas. Okay, what maybe need a little bit attention. They are just like, hello, here are some red flags for you to work through. And that's an opportunity. So sometimes we feel like we are peeling this never-ending onion. Because I know some of you have done some work and it feels like, oh, when does this end? But I can tell you there is also opportunity when we see life from soul's perspective. That's where we can really bring the sustainable shift that is like, okay, I got it now. Like, even if there is another layer to peel, I have that awareness. And the awareness, again, helps you to go through this experience that we call life. So now, as we went through this exercise, and I do hope this served you to really open your eyes. And this was short form of exercise, but I want you now to take a moment to just tune in, close your eyelids, and just check in as you went through these 15 questions. What are the thoughts present for you? And also check in, how do you feel in your body right now? Is there any areas in your body that are calling your attention? Just notice. And then in the physical level, is there some ideas or thoughts coming forward about the actions or non-actions something that you might want to change or update on the physical level. Okay. So now I just want to ask, what are you aware of now? Like, what's the biggest key for you? Were there anything that really highlighted itself as we had the moment of reflection? Anything you would like to explore further? So just put it in the chat. And if you are watching this later on as a recording, just let me know, email me. Great to have specifics. Yes. And also, that's why we want to write these things down. Because otherwise, we might be thinking, we might be feeling, but it helps sometimes to do this type of exercises to gain that awareness. And being specific helps definitely. And anybody else? What are your biggest takeaways, key awarenesses? What I notice is that I have been working on making great progress in self-love. Yay! Now, how to navigate today's world where love is not always present. Yes. And that is the thing we are moving to do next, because it is really a key. How can we keep up the love within us when there is a lots of things happening in the world? Find more that bring joy. Yes, beautiful. That is absolutely a beautiful thing that we can give ourselves as a gift. So good job, everyone. Love those things. And it is really awareness is the key. So, and let me read that one still. Things are moving much kinder than have been to self. Very grateful to see it. And I'm another one. I'm now going to focus on changing my reds and yellows. Yes, that's what we can do. And if you had some greens, congratulations. You can accelerate on those areas. And if you had those red or yellows, these are just areas that are calling your attention. And I want to just share with you quickly an opportunity that you have to start turning this around and feel that greater love towards yourself and then accelerate in life as well. Because love is really a secret ingredient to success in life as well. So if you want to start that new chapter where you are more loving, I believe that there is a way to do it. I believe that each and every one of you deserve love. And it is all also about remembering that you already are love. But then there is sometimes these life experiences that we have gone through that have left their marks on us. But there is a way forward to transform those experiences from stumbling blocks into stepping stones. And that's what I do in one-on-one coaching sessions that are called Awaken. It is a 3 months opportunity to work with me one-on-one to clear away these blocks that you might have discovered that are holding you back. And often it is seeing those experiences, seeing your life from soul's perspective, being able to connect with your soul's wisdom, that you can have that insight, that aha moment that helps you to move forward. So, if you would love to awaken to your full potential, awaken to your full love that is already within you, this is an opportunity for you. So, I invite you to just schedule a next step call with me. It's 30-minute call, and it just for you if you're willing to invest in you and just explore how it would be to have support on your path, to turn those reds to yellows and then greens. So I will drop the link to the chat. So if you want to explore how it would be to work with me on these areas, you can schedule a call. And there is a little questionnaire as well that will help you to gain greater awareness as well when you are tapping into those questions. So if you want to schedule the call, the link is there in the chat, or it's here, bit.ly/, next step with Katja. So that is an opportunity for you. So that is really a complimentary call to explore how would it be to work together on these items and find that creative emotional freedom for you. But we're gonna get started with that here as well. So next we're gonna move to the spiritual healing session part. And again, this is the opportunity for us to clear and receive. So we release those things that no longer serve us, and we will be receiving that soul love. Because I believe that we are souls having this human experience, and this experience sometimes can be challenging. So we are receiving the nurturing support so we can have that love. We can be that vortex of love, and that love is within. So we are not seeking it outside. We are experiencing it within. We are feeling it within. And again, we're going to do this in the form of prayer meditation, as I love to work with spirit when we do this deeper healing work. And what I want you to do now is to get as comfortable as you can. If you're in a safe place, you can close your eyelids for a moment and just allow yourself to tune in. And just notice what's happening in your body right now. And I want you to find the most intense part in your body. And if there are many areas, just pick one. It's just a starting point. And when you find it, you can put a finger on top of it if it's comfortable. If not, just put your attention there. And just allow yourself to start taking deeper breaths in and out with your own rhythm. You are breathing in love and breathing out everything else. So you breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. You are just allowing. You are receiving that breath and you're letting it go while I'm asking. Dear Father, Mother God, allow us now once again step into your light. We have gathered here as we would love to experience soul's love, experience the unconditional loving that uplifts our spirit and helps us to continue here. Let us be reminded that we are loved and we are supported. Let there be angels around us, creating this safe and nurturing place for us, where our mind, body, and spirit can rest and recharge. And I'm asking the Spirit would support us here, and if there is anything that can be uplifted for the highest good of all concerned, let those things be uplifted from us. Let us have the willingness to let go, truly let go. Let us find that peace in our mind. Let us find the freedom, as our past is no longer holding us back, but we can see it from soul's perspective. And we can see each and every lesson that we have learned. And if we are still holding on some limiting stories that we created, let us gain awareness of them so that we can change them to serve us better now. As we have grown and we have learned, let us liberate ourselves from the past and let us see ourselves with the new eyes that can see who we are today, not who we were in the past, but who we are now. Let the light and love shine through. If there are some thoughts that might be hindering us, let us have the soul's wisdom to transmute them towards loving. Let us have the awareness and the vigilant eye to catch them and transmute them with gratitude each and every time. And if there are some emotions that we have been holding back, we have been storing them away, let us find the compassion with ourselves. Let us find the trust that we can bring those feelings forward and we can work through them. We can feel into them. And right now, I also invite you to check in where the most intense part is now in your body. It might have shifted, it might have moved, but just find it again and pay attention there as we invite all the angels and great archangels to send light and send love to the most intense part. We also send our own loving, as that part is part of us. And let us also access soul's wisdom so that we can choose our actions to serve us and support us on the way. Let us experience how our life can be as we are tapping into that soul love and letting it lead. So right now, just imagine that you are connecting even deeper with your soul's wisdom. And that is the soul that already knows. The soul that knows that you are love and you are light. And it remembers the divine within you. Let that guide you to experience that unconditional loving, that part that just embraces you exactly as you are. It loves you, it supports you, and it's so proud of you. You are here going through this human experience as a brave, brave soul. And this is an opportunity for you to remember that light and love within. Remember that you are so much more than your thoughts, so much more than your emotions, and so much more than your actions this life or past lives. If there is anything that needs to be forgiven, you can forgive yourself right now, as you have done the very best in each and every moment. You may say, I forgive myself for judging myself, and whatever that judgment is. I give you a moment here. There you go. You might also add, I forgive myself for judging myself as buying into the misbelief that I am not divine, not loved, as I am now claiming the divine love that is my birthright. And I'm calling it forward right here, right now. Let me experience the love that is beyond this world, the love that I am, the eternal love that is within me. And let myself just breathe with ease. Just allow yourself to receive the love and light that is within you. May yourself maybe stretch, expand. Then bring your hands on top of your heart. Let's just say thank you, thank you, thank you for this opportunity that we have here. The opportunity to be here, right now. Let's thank for all the lessons that we have learned and all the love that we are and all the light that we are. And let's visualize ourselves going from here, shining our light bright, allowing ourselves to be love, be light. And once again, let's just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And we gently start coming back. All parts of us are coming back into our body, and we are getting grounded, and we are fully back in our body. You might start moving your body a little bit. And let's just say, so it is, amen, and come back. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes with a smile and just take a moment to get back. You might stretch. If you have water, take a sip. And then we can do a very grounding exercise, as I would love to hear from you. How are you feeling right now? So if you type, that will definitely ground you. So just let me know how you're feeling right now. Just coming back. A magical Katya meditation. Thank you so much. Create a peace in my heart. You are very welcome. This is my pleasure always to work with spirit. And spirit does the heavy lifting. That's the beauty here. Peaceful and relaxed. Beautiful. Peaceful. Yeah. This is an opportunity for all of us, and this is again available, so we can always tap back into the peace, love, and light that we are. Wonderful, connected, relaxed. All right, love hearing that. And of course, if you want more, if you want to work on things, schedule the next step call with me. And sometimes people also ask, how can we give back? So if you want to make a donation, this is a free call, my gift for you. But sometimes people want to donate, so I will put my link there so you can support and support me to continue doing this kind of community sessions where we can experience that greater connection with our soul and gain the soul level awareness. So that is a opportunity for you. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. You can email me, katja@katjarusanen.com. But I just also want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in here today. And I will be sending also this recording for you. So in case you want to listen again, it will be available. So stay tuned. So thank you and talk soon. Bye for now.